What is up? Happy Friday, everybody. It is 2 in the zone. My guy, the GOAT, the one and only Dead Press Picks. How are you doing, man? Happy Friday.
What's up, brother? Happy Friday. Good. How you doing? Got a lucky mustache for us today. So yeah, I bought it out for,
Okay.
for Friday.
That means we're going 12-0 today. I like it.
Yeah, that's gonna give us the NBA sweep.
I love it. All right, let me go ahead and give everybody some information on this amazing giveaway that Seven Stacks is running right now. First things first, everybody give them a follow. Seven Stack Sports on Twitter. They are doing a $5,000 giveaway. It's probably the biggest giveaway I've seen since I've been part of Gambling Twitter, which is about 2.5 years now. So definitely look into the details to enter that. All you got to do is follow myself, follow Dead Press Picks, follow Seven Stack Sports, comment your Super Bowl pick, and then give them a DM. Very, very easy. So if you guys most likely are already following us, so that part's already done. So comment who you think is going to win the Super Bowl, and then also shoot Seven Stacks a DM to get set up and get entered into that giveaway. So definitely good luck with that. Once you DM him, if you're interested in joining the book as well, Dead and I vouched for this book. Minus 105 lines for NBA and NFL plays. 24/7 customer service, over 2,000 customers in general. They've been in business for like 5 years, so they know what they're doing. Same day payouts if you're using cryptocurrency. It's the best Twitter book, man. Is there anything I'm missing, Dad?
No, you hit them all, you see, but I mean, 5K, yeah, for a giveaway, that's absurd. Didn't see enough people enter there this morning. I know it's Friday, so Twitter's not as active, but make sure if you're watching this video, go to Seven Stacks page, follow them on Twitter. Make sure to retweet the video, and then just post who you think's going to win.
All right, let me go ahead and retweet that on my side as well. Details below. Okay, let's go ahead and look into last night's slate. I can do a quick recap for everybody. Let me pull that on right there. Last night's recap. Okay, so Bing Bong Knicks. We both hate New York. This was another example of the Boston Celtics blowing it. I know RJ Barrett hit an amazing shot over Tatum, going to his right, lefty shot. But the Celtics were up 25 points in this game, man. Like, what happened to Boston?
They just can't close games. Like they've had a lot of games this season that they've just struggled late in the game, right? Issues continue with this team last night. Now you have the coach calling the team out, saying they're not mentally tough. We know the issues with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum this year. Marcus Smart, there was an issue. It just isn't working. The Celtics need to make a trade, get Ben Simmons from us, give me Jaylen Brown, make me happy, and mix something up, right? The Celtics need to mix something up. If this team isn't going anywhere, they might not even make the playoffs, they say. In the Eastern Conference, that's pretty open at the bottom. So, I mean, if you have Tatum and Brown on the same team, Marcus Smart's a really good player too, you cannot be at the status that they're at. I mean, there's more issues going on than what's on the court. But yeah, mix it up if you're the Celtics. Make something happen. We know they're aggressive, or they've been aggressive in the past, so maybe we'll see. It's a huge market. Maybe they do make a move. Not necessarily. I hope it's a Simmons, Jaylen Brown type of deal. I know a lot of people watching this probably think that's unrealistic, but I mean, there would probably be more teams involved. But I think we're going to see the Celtics do something.
So I think Jason Tatum is amazing. I think a lot of people also respect his game. But if you were Jaylen Brown, how frustrated are you? Just a couple games ago without Tatum, right? You hit 50 points, and it was like an easy 50. So Jaylen Brown has the game, and Jason Tatum comes back. Last night, he shot 12 for 21, not bad at all, but he took every shot, it felt like, in the fourth quarter. It was him or Marcus Smart bricking those threes, but Tatum ended with 36 points, and Jaylen Brown only 16. He only took 14 shots total, and I don't remember a shot he took in the fourth at all.
I was going to say he disappeared, right, in that fourth. Yeah. Evan Fournier had a great game. You still got to give credit to the Knicks, right?
41 points, 10 threes, 8 rebounds, 15 for 25 overall.
Yeah, I mean, he was insane. And again, you got to give him credit. RJ kind of throws up a prayer at the end, and it's answered. But great game. They've played 2 great games at the Garden, so at least they gave us something good to watch last night.
Yeah, Dad mentioned this. 2 teams that may not even make the playoffs. Like, it was a great game last night. 2 historic franchises, but they are number 10 and number 11 in the East. So they are actually sitting on the outside looking in. All right. This is the hottest team in the league, man. It was the Cavs. Now it's the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies
Yes.
hosted the Pistons last night and tore them apart by 30 points, 118-88. John Morant and company are on fire, and they're slowly getting healthy as well. So are Grizzlies for real, man?
I was having this discussion last night because I mean I think they're like 36-1 to win the NBA title. So crazy odds still. I mean, where do you kind of cap their ability, right? Can they make a run? Maybe they could win a series, but when I look at that Western Conference, I do see it more open than the East. I think the East, it's really 4, maybe 5 teams, if we're adding my 76ers in there, that could possibly, find a way to a championship. I don't think they're a championship team, AC, but are they a fun team to watch for sure? And I was dead wrong with John Morant. When he came out, I was not a big Ja guy.
Oh, for
Kind of
real?
doubted him. Yeah,
Okay.
so I'll call myself out for that one. But I mean, he's been electric, and you mentioned it too. They haven't even been fully healthy for the majority of the season. So I know a lot of teams haven't with COVID, but theirs are more injury based than COVID. So it's an encouraging time. It's a fun young team to watch. Can they get there in a couple of years? I think for sure with Ja as their centerpiece.
I think if they don't get there, I think Ja's leaving because I think his game is so big time dead that I think he's made for the big cities, New York, Boston, maybe in Philly or maybe in the West Coast. So it's cool, for a small market team like that for the Grizzlies for doing so well this year because if they had another, mediocre season, I think Ja Morant rumors of him leaving would have been loud. All right, there were only 4 games last night. We'll quickly go through the final 2. The Warriors had nobody. There was no Steph, no Dre, but they lost in New Orleans, 101-96. This was an example of actually the movement telling the story, right? I think it was like a 10-point movement, and by the end, by tip-off, it was pretty much a Pelican screamer. So they won 101-96. Any comments on this?
Yeah, nothing much to get to in this game. I mean, it was a weird line. We knew Green out, carry out, right? So, I mean, Pelicans took care of business. Good win for the Pels. Personally hopped on them second half, so I was happy with the result.
Nice. I was going to make this play. Thankfully, I did not, but I thought Jordan Poole was going to have an amazing game, right? Without those two. He ended up only 3 for 14 for 11 points. Kind of a dud there. Final game, Suns Clippers. Suns won 106-89. This game actually got pretty close towards the end. But then the fourth quarter, you guys know how Chris Paul is. Dead Prez said this a few weeks ago, but Chris Paul is the smartest basketball player of all time. You want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, I mean, you just see like the little things he'll do. Stop dribbling right, let guys run into him. I mean, the swipe through he's known for at this point. He just does it all. And I mean, he just has such a good feel for the game, right? So, I mean, anytime when he is leading a team, you feel comfortable. I mean, I know betting on the Suns at late games, I panic more when it's Paul than Booker, right? Or if I'm against the Suns. If I'm on the Suns, I want that pick and roll because, I mean, that mid-range AC, that is stuck on automatic. He just doesn't miss it yet.
And he's barely 6 foot, and he gets it over anybody. So it's really, really amazing. I agree with that. All right, go ahead and reset the room. Let's get into tonight's slate. I'm going to retweet this on my end, Ed.
All right. Yep. So again, guys, thank you to our sponsor, 7Stack Sports. Give them a follow on Twitter at 7Stack Sports. 24/7 customer service, daily payouts in crypto, -105 reduced juice on the line. So really big giveaway that Stacks is doing. Also, $5,000 giveaway. All you have to do is follow them on Twitter at 7Stack Sports. Comment on the tweet who you think is going to win the Super Bowl. DM him. He's going to give you an account also with some free play money. So just an insane giveaway. There it is on the screen. So you have no excuse not to follow at 7Stack Sports. But let's get into tonight's slate, AC. And it's a pretty good slate, right? We're looking at reasonable amount of games for a Friday night.
Yeah,
let's start in the city of brotherly love with my 76ers, who are laying 8 tonight against the Spurs. Good win for the Spurs a couple nights ago. Got DeJounte back. Good for our team total. We're trending good, AC. I think we need like only 14 more wins, right? 15. I don't know what number you got. So I'm feeling like we're gonna be able to cash that thing in kind of early on the Spurs. But what do you think tonight? This line has steadily gone up. I think it opened at like 5.5 or 6. Now it's all the way up to 8. What do you think in this one?
Yeah, we do like that Spurs future, but I don't think they get a win tonight. There's too many people missing for them. Really, really meaningful pieces too. Keldon Johnson, Derek White, Doug McDermott, Thaddeus Young has been out. Devin Vassell has been out. I think Lonnie Walker is sitting tonight too. So that is a lot of young athleticism that's going to be sitting on the sidelines. I know there's a little bit of, I guess, drama right now with Tobias. You may know more than I do, but I think he kind of gets right tonight. I think we're going to see a
Okay.
big Tobias game, and I think they're actually going to cover that number. And I know the Sixers don't really cover the big spreads, just like the Mavs on the West. But I think they do it tonight.
Yeah, I can't back the Sixers on big spreads. I mean, just because I see it all the time. Spurs don't have enough guys in this game. I like the under on the Spurs. I took their team total last time when DeJounte was out, Doug was out, and Lonnie was out. DeJounte's back, but 220, 219 and a half. It's even got as low as 219 in some places, but I would keep an eye out for that. Love that total in this spot tonight. I think it's a good under spot with the Sixers and the Spurs. All right, let's move along, AC. Maybe the best game of the night, the Bucks and the Nets. The Nets minus 4.5. We know that there's some key guys out in this game, right? We'll try and clear them up for you as we go along. But the other name to know, obviously, Kyrie not playing at home in this game tonight because of his part-time player. What's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I've already made this a free play. I sent it out as a video. I actually like the Bucks tonight. Giannis is back. Giannis is going to try whether it's a regular season game, a preseason game, or a playoff game. So he's always going to go 100%. I think the Nets are great. They did have a crazy cover against the Pacers when Kyrie played, and he ended up with, I believe, 22 points. But I think just having him in and out of the lineup like every other game it's too many moving parts for me. So I think you can do that against the Pacers of the world, and other mediocre teams, but not against a team like the Bucks who are motivated and focused. So give me the Bucks tonight plus 4.5. When was the last time the Bucks at full strength were
Right.
4.5 point underdogs, man?
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to lean as long as assuming that they are healthy enough, right? I think that they'll definitely cover that number. If it stays there, and if the guys we need to be in are in, I'm going to roll the dice on the Bucks tonight. All right, Jazz Raptors, Jazz minus, or beg your
It's
pardon.
a crazy
I see.
line.
I'm miss seeing this because I'm so used to the Jazz Raptors minus 11.5, but for good reason, right? I think the Water Boy is playing small forward for the Jazz tonight. I see they have no one in the lineup. Should we try and run through? I believe. Let me try and get the latest update. But bottom line, a lot of guys are out. What's your thoughts on this game?
I mean, this is a Raptors play or nothing. There's no way you can, bet the Jazz here. And usually the Jazz would be favored by double digits, right?
Right.
So the fact that the bookmakers have kind of reversed that, it's like a 25-point swing because of the injuries. I mean, you have to play the Raptors. The Raptors are actually quietly the healthiest team in the league. They've had their COVID issues already. And then Toronto and Canada, everything's kind of shut off. So they're actually pretty much safe in this bubble there. And when I say safe, I mean like not contracting COVID easily. So
Right.
I think, I think it's a Raptors play, and I don't think it's going to be close tonight.
Also worth noting, AC Raptors really heating up. Winners of their last 4 games, right? They haven't lost a game since the 28th to the 76ers. So really good basketball. They should win this one again tonight. I think the Raptors blow them out. Jazz, check that injury report, guys, if you haven't, because it continues to grow. But please be sure to know this is not the normal Jazz lineup. Because if you're looking at it, it's a gift, plus 11. You never know. It's not a gift. They're probably going to get blown out tonight. All right, Wizards and Bulls. Wizards, they say, I remember when we first started the show, we were like, hey, Wizards, neither of us were really big believers in them, but they were the number 2 seed, right? I think they might have even gotten to that 1 seed at one point. Now they're 19-19, and now they're a 5.5-point dog tonight on the road against the Bulls. What's your thoughts on this game? Wizards, all of a sudden, they're putting themselves kind of where we thought, right, into that play-in position. No one thought they'd be a top 3, top 4 team in the Eastern Conference. They have definitely come back to life as of late. Who do you like in this one?
Man, the Bulls are flying high, right? They've won 5 straight. Only person of note that's missing is Alex Caruso. I mean, we already know Patrick Williams is out, I think, for the entire season.
Yeah, season, yeah.
But their big three is in. Kobe White is playing. So, I mean, basically, their top four players are playing. It's hard to not back a team like that. But one thing that Dead and I are very similar is we don't really ride the public that strong or that often. And Chicago is going to be one of the most public teams basically every night. And it's not any different tonight as well. So to me, I actually think the value here is on the Wizards because of their ability to put the ball in the basket. They are one of the elite scoring teams in the league. I think this is going to be a pretty high scoring game. Right now it's slated at 224. Even if it's right around 220, I mean, that's a pretty high total, for 2021. So I think the Wizards have enough offense to hang in this game. What do you think?
I love Vucevic props tonight, AC. Wizards a little bit light at the center position, right? We mentioned Montrezl Harrell, how his status has been. Keep an eye on that, but it'll probably be Alex Len, and then who you going to next if Trez doesn't play. Yeah, I mean, Vooch has been able to get it done against some good centers, but I think you keep an eye on his rebounding props. Wizards like to get the ball up, like to shoot the three ball. So give me that in that game. As far as the side goes, somehow, some way, I think the Wizards cover this. They're a little depleted. Bertans, I believe Rui, right, is still out. So they've been pretty depleted, right? Like this isn't even a full Wizards team, and they're only a 5.5-point dog, and the Bulls are somewhat healthy for the Bulls, right, for how the season's gone. So, yeah, I think the line's a little bit off. How about DeMar DeRozan, AC? It looks like he's leading the All-Star voting. Good to see. Unbelievable year.
People thought it was a bad move, right, over the summer that he's, on the wrong side of 30, that he's washed. He doesn't shoot threes, but he's been the best fourth quarter play in the league.
Yep, he's been crazy. All right, your Mavs and the Rockets. Your Mavs heating up. Also, we forgot the night of Dirk's jersey. You texted me after you said we forgot my Mavs. You went to that game. Hope you had a good time at it. Mavs got it done, right? Did they get it done again tonight? -2.5 against the Rockets.
Yeah, this line is weird. The more I look at it, it's because Luka Doncic is doubtful. So I was at the game, like you said, during the Dirk jersey retirement. Luka was not 100%. It was very, very clear and obvious that he's playing hurt. And basically every cut or every quick move that he did, he was grabbing his groin or he was grabbing his hamstring. So we did see the sprained ankle there in the fourth quarter playing defense. So I don't expect him to play tonight. So I do think Houston is a live dog, man. They have a lot of athletic guys and a lot of young guys that can give Dallas trouble. Jason Kidd is also out, as our head coach. So he has COVID. So there's a lot of signs right now that I think point towards Houston, such a short favorite for the Mavs, who are way superior. I think it's a Rockets read for me.
Yeah, it's a Rockets play here. I hate to say because that's going to be back-to-back wins for the Rockets. So they're starting to sneak up a little bit again on that team total. But yeah, I think the Rockets get it done. Weird line. You mentioned Luka and then KP and the COVID protocol. So kind of where do they get their answers from scoring wise? Maybe it's a big Jalen Brunson game. He could pick up the slack. He's been great this season. All right, T-Wolves and Thunder, AC. This is one of my plays of the day. I am on the Thunder. Yeah, it's our Thunder, right? This is our team here. Public is extremely heavy on the Wolves, right? The Wolves beat them the first time they played. I like the Thunder tonight, man. I think they have a chance to win this outright. I question how, a team like the T-Wolves, teams that aren't great defensively, I don't like laying, a decent amount of points on. So I think it stays close. Yeah, I think it stays close. I think the guard play will be good enough. Big game out of Shea, Giddey, all the boys pick it up and give me the Thunder here. I think they pull this thing off and win it.
Yeah, for those who don't know, there's a reason why the Thunder is our team. They are 24-13 against the spread, one of the best spread teams in the NBA. Even though their record is 13-24. So they do like covering these type of spreads, especially as a big dog at home. So I kind of agree with Dead here. I think it is a Thunder play.
Yep. Yeah, definitely looking like a Thunder play for us, AC. So hopefully you'll hop on that one with me. You can get a little show collab action. All right, Kings and Nuggets. Nuggets let me down, man. I tried to take the sharp side when they faced the Jazz. I told you I never win fading the Jazz. It doesn't matter. They could be playing.
It was close. It ended up.
It was close. It was close. They made it a game. But I mean, Nikola Jokic, man, he, to no one's surprise, balls out in that game, but just couldn't get stops. Bogdanovich went crazy in that game. I don't know what he finished with. I think like 35. They actually held Mitchell in check, which I thought was going to be the key, but got to give the credit to the Jazz for that game. But Nuggets returning home tonight. They're back at 500 on the season. What do you think about this one with them laying 8? I think 8's too many here, so I like the Kings. What do you think?
Yeah, I think 8 is too many. Instead of going with a side or the total here, I'm going to stick with Jokic, man. He is on fire. The previous game, I was on points and rebounds because his assist numbers have been down recently. But I think he ended up with like 8 or 9 assists anyway. Yeah. So I think he's going to continue to roll. There's no Rashawn Holmes. Metu is out. So it's really going to be their backup center there in Sacramento. So give me Jokic. The only risk there is if it's a blowout. And you don't think it is, right? Because you're on the Kings.
I think the Kings will cover.
Yeah, if the Kings cover, then yeah, Jokic props are going to hit. So give me Jokic props for sure.
Yeah, the thing for me with the Nuggets too is you have to watch who's in and out. Now, Bones Highland, Aaron Gordon, I think they're both technically like a game time decision. So we have to make sure they go. But I mean, they've just been so banged up this year. You got to see who's in and out for the Nuggets. Tough year for the Nuggets with the injuries, but I mean, they're staying 500. They're staying in a playoff position. You got to give a lot of credit to Michael Malone and the Nuggets. Even Michael Malone's out right now with COVID. They got Popeye Jones coaching them.
That's who, so, yeah. I just went to lunch with my buddy because Popeye Jones used to play for the Mavs. And I was like, yeah, I saw Popeye Jones on TV. You know, he's a head coach. And we couldn't remember which team it was for.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. He's running it right now for the Nuggets. All right, AC, this is a game a lot of people in the comments have been asking about. So it's going to hype it up a little bit here. Hawks or Lakers, primetime ESPN. We love these kind of games. And the Lakers as favorites this year, man, it just hasn't been pretty. What do you think about this game tonight, laying 2.5? I think if the guys go for the Hawks, right, and there's a lot of guys that the Hawks pull this one off, I just can't trust the Lakers right now. What's your thoughts?
These two are the most disappointing teams in the league. I'm just going to say it. Lakers are 20-19 overall. They're only 16-23 against the spread. Dad mentioned it, but as a favorite, they are the worst covering favorite in the entire NBA. And you look at Atlanta's team, they made a huge postseason run last year. Everyone thought they were going to take a step up. And yes, they've dealt with a lot of injuries, but every team has. And they're only 17-20 themselves. They're only 2-3 in their last 5. Lakers actually have been winning. They had that crazy cover right with the Kings and that phantom jump ball. So it's tough, man. I hate fading LA, even though it's always the right play. Yeah. So instead of fading LA, I would probably do like LeBron props or something like that. But I agree with you 100%. I do think it's a Hawks read.
I just can't do it with the Lakers, man. I mean, I just don't trust him. And LeBron, he's been balling out, right? He's really.
Let's say the Lakers get down 15. Are you going to do Lakers second half?
Yeah, like I think they'll make it a game. But the thing is I just like laying any type of juice on the Lakers, like or as a favorite. I can't do it right now, right? Until they prove me wrong. So not going to be burned by the Lakers tonight. I might just sit this one out on the sidelines, but. I have a lean with the Hawks. Also, this is assuming that they have their guys in, right? Yeah. A lot of guys are questionable or game time decisions. Man, the Hawks is all season doesn't seem like they can get their guys together, but hopefully they get healthy soon. All right, AC, I think you were talking about this game, Cavs and Blazers tonight. Cavs minus 5.5. I think this line's moving toward the Blazers, I believe. Okoro out, Jetty's still out. Rondo out, and then for the Blazers, no Dame or Larry Nance Jr. in the lineup tonight. What is your thoughts on this game tonight with the Cavs laying 5.5 on the road? Did they get back to the wagon that they were at the beginning of the season?
Yeah, so for the longest time, they were the best cover team in the league. They're still 26-11. They haven't covered, though, in 5 straight games, which is crazy. This is like super correction, right? Super regression back to 50-50. But I'm going to pull a dead press special tonight. I think it's a Cavs first half spot. So give me Cavs -3. Darius Garland, this is his second or third game back. So I think the rust is off now. And I think they get off to a hot start. And then with Portland, with those fans there, I know they're not as good this year, especially without Dame. And everyone like that. But they just I feel like they always come back somehow in the second half. Whether they cover or not, that's another story. But they always make it some type of a game in the fourth quarter. So I do think the Cavs come out hot, and then Portland comes back in the second half.
All right, I could see that. Yeah, I think I like Portland in this game tonight. I think 5.5 if I can get it at 6. So I'm going to take a minute, see where I can get that line and try and hop on. All right, AC, best bet of the day. We swept them up again last time. They've been rolling.
Yes, we did.
What is let's start with you here today. You can kick off our best play.
I'm going to stick with the Bucks, man. I like the Bucks at this number, plus 4.5. Their big three are playing. I know some of their, secondary players are out. DiVincenzo, maybe Pat Connaughton is out too. But if you have Giannis, if you have Drew and Chris Middleton, they're tested. They're tried and tested. They know how to play together. They play defense as well, and they're really going to show out for these type of games. So I like the Bucks to not only cover the 4.5, but definitely sprinkle that money line as well.
Yeah, see, for me, AC, I'm looking at what's my favorite one of the night. We hit so many good ones. I'm going to go with that Sixers and Spurs under. I think the Sixers, I think the Sixers are able to play enough defense to not break my heart tonight. They always seem to find a way to just, hurt me as a Philly fan. I don't know if you feel that way about your Mavs, but I just, for some reason,
I've been actually pretty happy with the Mavs, right? The last couple of weeks they've been
they're getting it done. But yeah, give me the under there in Philly. I think too many guys out for the Spurs. I question where their scoring comes from. I think it gets towards a blowout. Philly kind of kicks on the break, so give me the under there in the 76ers and Spurs. All right, well, shout out to our sponsor again, 7 Stack Sports, for another great show. Give them a follow on Twitter. It's at 7 Stack Sports. We are here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, always talking about the NBA slate and a huge giveaway currently going on from 7 Stack Sports. $5,000. That's 5. All $5,000 are being given away. All you have to do, guys, is follow 7 Stack Sports, comment your Super Bowl champion, and then DM them for
Cowboys.
Yeah, how about the Eagles? How about that? We haven't even talked. I haven't even been able to get on my Eagles rants about how everyone was wrong about my team, and they're going to.
Congrats, man. This is awesome. Both of our teams are in the postseason.
Yeah, right?
Saturday's game doesn't really mean much, right? So I hope you guys win. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
I just want both of our teams to be healthy. Imagine if we're in the NFC Championship.
NFC, that'd be beautiful. We might have to.
Then we'll go. Yeah, we'll do something then.
We'll get to a game. All right, guys. Well, we hope everybody has a happy and safe weekend. Have a fun Friday night, guys. Take care. We'll see you Monday.